Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing good. My this review session is for the students of lower secondary 1 and 2. In today's class, the students have been explained about Aurangzeb, who was the last Mughal emperor. He spent a great time of his lifetime fighting against Hindus, Rajputs and Marathas, as he wanted to emulate Tughlaqs and he wanted to expand the boundaries of the empire into Deccan in the south. He was one of the most controversial personalities at that time because some people were not happy with his work and some wanted to snatch his designation and rules of his nature. But now the question arises here, how did he gain the power again? There was one battle one time and he got a victory in that battle. That's how he gained the power. He gained the fame again from that battle, and in 1657 Aurangzeb's father Shah Jahan fell ill and he thought he would die. Therefore, he gave 4 large provinces to his 4 sons and he asked them to govern those 4 provinces. Aurangzeb was on number 3rd. His youngest brother was Murad, and one more brother was Dara, and one brother was Shah Shuja. Shah Shuja was declared as the new emperor in Bengal, whereas Aurangzeb, who was already the Mughal emperor, he decided to assist his brother Murad. Dara was favored as successor of his father. Successor means the substitute, the exchange. So he was now at his father's place. But obviously when there is power, there is a fight. Same thing happened with them, that after some time Shah Shuja and Murad proved too weak and dropped out of the struggle for power. So only now Dara stood between Aurangzeb and the throne. In 1658, 2 armies fought at Samugarh near Agra. During this fight, Dara's elephant was killed and also some soldiers were killed. So people thought that Dara must be dead, but he was not dead, he was alive at that time. Then he fled to Punjab, where he had been governor. But the Punjabis refused because they were so much terrified of Aurangzeb. Dara then went to Afghanistan, but one of his old friends betrayed him there. So Dara was captured and paraded through the streets of Delhi. Soon afterward, he and his son were executed. Dara's head was cut off then and taken to Aurangzeb as a proof that now your brother is dead. For sure he is dead, because now we have presented you his head. But now it was a surprise for everyone when everyone got to know that now Shah Jahan has recovered from his illness. But now it was obviously too late for the recovery, because 2 of his sons were called off and one of his son was dead now. So in 1659 he was imprisoned in the Agra fort. He overlooking the Taj Mahal, where he lived until 1666 and he died in 1666. Till this time period he lived in Taj Mahal. Now the question arises, which kind of man was Aurangzeb? Because of this we thought that he must be a cruel and a rude person, but it is mentioned here that he was a true leader and very determined worker, and he was a very passionate leader. He was deeply religious as well. In his leisure time he used to write the copy of Holy Quran. He could be ruthless to his enemies and even to his friends and family, but probably it was very common at that time that rulers used to do this with their families and friends. Even when he got angry on someone, he took their designation or reduced their designation for some time, but soon he restored that, because he was a nice and kind person and also religious person. Then students have been asked 2 quick questions. Question number 1 is, who did Aurangzeb have to overcome in order to become emperor? And the second one is, what were his motives and beliefs? The students answered the question amazingly. Now the question arises, what kind of ruler was Aurangzeb? So he was very determined, he was very passionate towards his work, and he was a strict Muslim. He wanted to apply Islamic laws in all of his kingdom. he appointed some people and he asked them to produce Fatwa al-Alamgiriya, which means an important book of Islamic law. He was very much confident and he didn't like the thing when someone unfollow the rules, when someone disobeys something which is mentioned in Quran, which is uh, there in Islam. So that's why he was not happy with non-Muslims, but he used to enjoy good deeds and he used to teach good deeds to other people, and he disliked the bad deeds. After this explanation, students were given 3 questions. Number 1, how did Aurangzeb gain power? Number 2, what kind of man was Aurangzeb? And number 3, what kind of ruler was Aurangzeb? These 3 questions were given to students and they wrote the answers in the notebook. So this was all from our today's session. Jazakallah Hafiz.